Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review. Is there a doctor in the audience? Because I think I might have gotten diabetes from the anime I'm reviewing today. Today I am reviewing Usagi Drop or Bunny Drop, officially one of the sweetest animes I've seen till today. So let's get this review started before I collapse here on the spot. The main protagonist of Usagi Drop is Daikichi Kawachi, a 30-year-old single male. When one day Daikichi's grandfather dies, it is revealed that he has an illegitimate 6-year-old daughter called Rin. The family doesn't really want to have anything to do with this illegitimate child and want to place her in an orphanage. But then Daikichi decides to take Rin in and raise her himself, despite him having absolutely no experience in raising children. Oh man, where to begin the positive things of this anime? Let's start with the characters. Rin is one of the cutest female characters I've encountered in anime. She was just everything that a 6-year-old girl has to be. Adventurous, wandering about the world, but still so dependent on Daikichi. Her character showed us what the world looks like through the eyes of a 6-year-old, how they think and how they reason. On top of that, Rin had the most adorable personality. How she tries to act all grown up already, which is also something very typical for girls that age. That delivered some extremely adorable scenes, like when she doesn't want to admit that she wetted her bed and acts all embarrassed about it. But then at other moments, Rin actually acted like a grown-up, especially when she was with children that were smaller than her. She acted like the big sister character. I also have to give props to the voice actress of Rin, Ayu Matsuura. She was only 10 years old when she did the voice of Rin, and I must say that for that age she did an amazing job. She really captured the feelings and the emotions that a 6-year-old feels. But overall, Rin was so extremely adorable that my heart melted. If I ever have a daughter, I hope that she's a bit like Rin and that I can be the kind of father to her that Daikichi was to Rin. Which brings me seamlessly to the next character, Daikichi. Summarized, he's such a good guy. You just can't hate this guy, there's nothing to hate about him. He has such a sweet and caring personality, and he's one of the best father figures I've ever seen in anime, together with Tomoya from Clannad. As I said before, if I ever have children, then I hope I can be as good of a father to them as Daikichi was to Rin. Then let's move on to the other positive points I have about Usagi Drop. Next up is the art style of the anime. Despite not being the super sharp animation that I really adore, I liked the animation and art style in Usagi Drop. It wasn't of the same quality of, let's say, animes that come from Kyoto Animation, but the softer kind of animation that's used here fitted this anime perfectly. It lifted the sweet and childish personality of this anime to a higher level. The used colors did the same thing, soft and childish colors to emphasize the plot of this anime and the relationship between Rin and Daikichi. Another thing I have to talk about is the music. The intro and ending song had the same effect that the animation had. Uplifting and fun, that's what they were. Both Sweet Drops, the opening song, and Hi Hi Hi, the ending song, which might be one of my favorites I heard this year, but the year is still young, of course. On top of the intro and the ending song, there was the OST. If you know the OST of Usagi Drop and you know my taste in music, then you know that this was a match made in heaven. I enjoyed the OST every episode, and some of the songs now stand in my iTunes. But the thing that made Usagi Drop so perfect for me was the comedy slash sweetness of this anime. I'm saying comedy slash sweetness because I did laugh with this anime, but it wasn't comedy if you understand what I mean. Usually you laugh at comedy in anime because it's funny, because the characters do silly things or misinterpret words. But here in Usagi Drop, that wasn't the source of laughter to me. Instead, it was the sweetness of this anime. Everything that happened in this anime, and especially the things that Rin did, were so sweet and heartwarming that I had to laugh. I caught myself when I was watching Usagi Drop to have a gigantic smile on my face every single episode. There haven't been a lot of animes, if any, that succeeded in doing that. This is an amazing, uplifting anime that even on the most depressive days can make you smile and have a good feeling inside your heart. Now I would get to the negative points of this review. But as I had with my review of Sakurasu no Pet Nakanoyo a long time ago, I don't have any negative things to mention about this anime. I loved everything from the characters to the story, the music, the animation, the comedy, the slice of life setting, just plain everything. If I do have to give one point of criticism, but this is extremely nitpicking and me really searching to say something, it would be that we don't get conclusion on the possible romance between Daikichi and Koki's mother Yukari. But that's then also the only thing I can find, and it's something that's maybe concluded in the manga. So some of you are maybe asking, hey GV, since you loved the anime, are you going to read the manga since it goes further than the anime? The answer to that question is very simple. No, I will not read the manga. Why do you ask? Because I know what happens further on in the manga. For those of you that don't know, use your imagination with the concept of a man who adopts a girl and builds a strong bond with her. I think with a bit of imagination you can guess where the manga goes towards. So no, I will never read the manga since I don't want this masterpiece of an anime to be ruined for me. So as a conclusion, as I mentioned at the start of this video, I think I developed diabetes from Usagi Drop. The amount of sweetness in this anime was so incredibly high. This anime stole and melted my heart, and not a lot of animes have done that before. And that's why I'm going to rate Usagi Drop, and it has been a long time since I did this, but I'm rating it at 5 out of 5 stars. A perfect score for a perfect anime. Usagi Drop had everything I search in an anime. I call this a true masterpiece. If I ever feel down again, I know I just have to watch this anime and my mood will be uplifted immediately. If you love sweet slice of life animes like I do, you have to watch this anime, but be sure to have the insulin nearby. Now it wasn't easy to find recommendations for this anime since I haven't encountered a lot of animes like this, like from the josei category. But you can compare Usagi Drop with Clannad based on the inter-character relationships and the slice of life aspect, especially in the first part of After Story. Another recommendation I got from the internet is Ishugan Friends. This is an anime that stands very high on my to watch list and that I've been waiting for to watch. If it's anything like Usagi Drop, I will definitely enjoy it and I will let you know when I review it. And with that I conclude my review of Usagi Drop. As usual, you can find a full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. As usual, I will put a link in the description box down below. Now if you want me to review a particular anime from this list, please put it in the comments. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put them in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook and subscribe to this channel for more reviews in the future. I will say arigatou gozaimasu and I will see you all in the next video.